Welcome from the maybe safest city in the world, Dubai. It's 11 p.m. Another live stream, another Tesla only live stream. I hope you prepared your popcorn because we will be super excited. And there's some couple of things I want to talk about with you today. Okay, so make sure to prepare your questions for the comment section, and also let me know, guys, where are you watching from? This is one of the most interesting questions that I always ask in the very beginning. I want to know from where are you watching from. Stay hydrated, and I'm just waiting a little bit for everybody to arrive. It always takes a little bit of a minute or two, the people seeing the notification on YouTube and then joining the live stream. However, let's just go quickly through what we will talk today. And also, I just have, as you might know, an issue with sometimes with the asynchronity with the voice and the videos. Let me know if it's synchron or I need to adjust something. So let me know, please, directly, and I will do that. I'm just getting a message here that it seems to be I need to adjust. Okay, so let me see. So let me know, guys, if this is better now. I'm just trying to find the best. I just have to fix the audio real quick. Let me have a look. It seems that the guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Is the audio fast forward the video, or is other way around? So this is very important now. So let me see. So it seems now better. It seems better now. So let me know, guys, if it stays the same. I'm just sorry for this delay, but I want to have the best quality for you guys, just to make sure that everything is very sync with each other, the video and the audio, obviously. So let me have a look. Just a second, please. So I have friends that joining the live stream as well and telling me, hey, you know, this need to be adjusted. So I guess I have the mistake. So I think now it should be sync. And we have so many people already joined. So let me have a look from where you guys watching. So let's have a look. We have people, our Mario, a member from London. We have Denmark. We have QShootube, our member from Seattle. We have UK, US, Phoenix, Arizona, Virginia. We have Vancouver, Ohio, Netherlands, Atlanta. We have Let me have a see. Audio's behind, yeah. It seems now it's everything synced. So let's hope now it's better. So yeah, so let's have a look. So if something to be readjusted, just let me know, guys. And I'm happy to do that right now. There's still, I'm waiting for equipment. Apparently, I'm building a whole new studio, okay? And it will start with the IT infrastructure, and I just ordered like a very, very high-end streaming PC, and with the latest graphics, CPU, i9 processor, and all these things. But as everybody is e-gaming, everything is sold out. So I need to wait 2 to 3 weeks to fix that. Until then, we still have to work with this live streams. So I hope now it's watchable. So let's talk about quickly what we will talk about today. We will welcoming first our brand new member Wayne Powell. He just joined. I will talk a little bit about the membership later on. We will talk obviously about the Elon Musk tweet that just put down Tesla back about 10% on Friday. This is unacceptable, guys, but there's more to that. Apparently there's some more info to this tweet. We will discuss that later on. We will also discuss that the current Tesla Fremont factory still stays closed, and I will really look forward to talk about that, because this will be so important, guys. The Q2 is so dependent on that, and this is so crucial for Tesla, and but first of all, I would like to start with the Tesla stock, and I will dive into the Tesla stock. We'll make a slightly technical analysis on the stock, because I think this, before we going back to markets, yeah, I don't know if you know, but I'm always super excited when the weekend is over, because the market's open and I can be back to my most favorite hobbies, which is the stock market. That's why I'm super happy always when the weekend is over, though I always, try to enjoy those, let's say, happy moments on the weekend as well. But as we are all bound to be inside and quarantine ourselves, what is better to do and gives us more fun than the stock market. But let's have a look into the stock of Elon Musk that, in his opinion, is too expensive. Now, let's have a look. So on Friday, we lost about 10.3% into the stock. Now, we closed about the 700 level, so the stock actually tried to hold the 700 levels. Let's see what we open on Monday for the markets, and let's have a look what is going on. I can draw here. This is obviously one of the most favorite tools here, Yahoo Finance. You can search for your stock, then you can open the chart, and then you can start to make some drawings inside the chart to see where are some levels. So actually here, if we do this line here, we see an approximately supporting level, which is here at, is it 650? Yeah, about 650. We should see a support level. If this support level will be broken down, then there's another support level here that can help, which is also around the 650 level. So it will be very, very important, guys, if this 650 level can be fighted by the Tesla bulls against some additional tweets from Elon Musk. So this will be important for the next week. My saying, I'm not the, let's say, very technical trader, but I love sometimes to look into charts, and therefore I love to see where charts I can go, but this is quite interesting for me just to look here into the overall chart and stock, and then you can see 650 will be the most important level for next week and beyond, obviously. So I hope that for Tesla investors that the Tesla stock can go will not cross this mark. Did we actually cross this mark on Friday? Let's have a look. So this is one day, and the lowest one here on Friday was around 686 and 686 was the lowest that we saw on Friday itself. As you can see, you exactly know when he wrote the tweet, when we went down here about 10, 11, 12%, and then went a little bit back up and then lost a bit, and towards the end closed at this 700 level. So it all depends what Elon Musk has to tweet. So I'm very interested. Let me know, guys, if the sound is still okay or I have to adjust something, but I heard in the chats and everything that it seems to be okay now. So let me know, guys, in the comments. And also let me know, guys, any questions to today's topic, which is Tesla, obviously. Let me know in the comments, because I love to talk about Tesla just today, and only Tesla, please. No questions to other stocks. I know there's so many things going on, like Warren Buffett sold all his airline stocks, but I rather talk about Elon Musk selling all his possessions than Warren Buffett talking about airline stocks. I think airline stocks will be totally crashed tomorrow. I mean, I cannot imagine anything else. However, let's have a look into the tweets. So these are some of the tweets that was published by Elon Musk, and apparently it was really Elon Musk. So no hacking, not anything else. It was Elon Musk. Sometimes it's very important to understand that Elon Musk is sometimes a very extravagant person, and you have to understand, if you invest into Tesla, guys, okay, then you invest into the Elon Musk. Elon Musk can be a genius. He can be one very extraordinary, very hard working CEO. He has something that I really like, and this is his marketing skills. I mean, this just showed us that he can bring Tesla and Elon Musk and the stock on a radar of people just around the world. Now imagine the following. This goes now around the world, okay, the news. And even though people, they saw everything goes down, even people that go and look on the stock market every, let's say, a month, okay, and saw that Tesla's dropping and say, I know that, I knew it, it is just a bubble. Now they see this news which goes around the world. Elon Musk says something about the stock goes down, and everybody looks, hey, wow, what happened here? We went just from recent weeks 350 levels to back to 700, 800 levels. I need to look into the stock and maybe I invest. So I think, this is very important. There's also a very important thing about Elon Musk. Think about, if I would ask you, okay, that tell me the 3 names of the CEOs of the company VW, Daimler, and Toyota. I'm sure you will end up maximum with one person. Which CEO is so vocal about his company, about his cars, that he stands there and has millions and millions of followers and, gives so much free marketing out there for Tesla? I don't know any of them, So this was the same with Steve Jobs, he's doing the same. Larry Ellison is very vocal about Oracle. We have seen this with even Brown from Beyond Meat, also very vocal, very characteristic guy. So we see this in very some of the patterns of very successful companies, that there was always this guy in the top of the business, like Bill Gates, right? Microsoft. For many, many years, everybody knew Bill Gates and for Microsoft, and this brought free advertising. So this is quite interesting. So there are some people that are just putting some questions out there. I want to dive a little bit about that. So when is Battery Day? Apparently it's this month, so maybe mid of this month, maybe towards end of this month. In the earnings call, Elon Musk said, we, without giving a date, we believe that we can do this month. So this will be very important, guys. Let me just highlight this comment here from the 2002 WRX Dude. Okay, very nice YouTube name. Let's have a look. Who else is giving me some questions for us today? Yeah, Outside the Box is actually saying that I can understand him being pissed off, but I don't agree with him downgrading the stock. I think, the one thing comes with the other. I think that, as he having so much power that I just described is just a tweet away or a text away, or what else he's using. Well, emails, we see more and more leaked emails on CNBC from Elon Musk. So, what else we have here? So we have here also some investors that just sold past week at 792. This is Vic Hillebrand, will buy back soon, likely this week. Battery Day will be another jump. Actually, Vic, I don't know if you have seen it, but I made or for everybody else, for everybody out there as well. So I made a live stream where I talked about the effect of this big event. So we looked into the Autonomous Day, which was very, very big for Tesla, but the effect on the stock was actually negative. So the stock lost some percentage point after the event. We had the same with Cybertruck. Cybertruck also great event, great car, but the people or investors took a little bit to digest, So I think you don't see a short-term push, but definitely long term. It depends, obviously, what will be released. If we see a 1 million mile battery, if we see mass production capabilities very soon, if we see, longer lasting batteries, will be all these topics that will be interesting for investors, and how Tesla will in future, tackle or challenge the problem of producing millions or even billions of batteries for their cars, for their batteries, for their storage of energy. I think this will be very, very interesting, and those will be the main questions asked by investors. Then JJ, he's always asking me those questions when I get back to Tesla. So as you might know, I or my significant portfolio part was in Tesla, and then I hold Tesla for many, many months, and then when the crisis started, I sold, because I said, this is very, very unprecedented timing, so I rather secure this 100 or 200% of gain, and then as volatile Tesla is, it will go further down. How can I say, I didn't pull the trigger at 300, 400 levels, unfortunately, but I think, there will be some other opportunities in the future. And I'm not the only one, right? Elon Musk saying also the stock is too high in his opinion. And think about the following. I think the real effect, and this is not for Tesla, but for all stocks, I think the overall global situation is very, very not unknown, and the stock market is tone apart from the main street, and I think we will have some corrections there. Maybe in May, as we all say, sell in May. This is a big saying on the Wall Street, because May statistically is a very underperforming market and underperforming months for the overall history of the stock market. And maybe we see brand new levels that are very interesting for Tesla. This is like 500, 400 levels, maybe 300 levels, who knows, depending on the quantity of tweets by Elon Musk. However, long term, and I think this is what Elon Musk also saying is very important for Tesla, and will be one of the most valuable companies. And this is, full stop on that. Full stop. Let's have a look. Anyone heard the Berkshire Hathaway earnings call yesterday? Yes. Elon's newest child is due this month. This is interesting news. So maybe he's pregnant with his wife as well and has some more, feelings into everything. And maybe that's why he got emotional a little bit on the 1st of May. Let's see. Thank you very much, DRK, one of our regular also here. Let's have a see. Mario just said something very interesting. I just figured out that the audio is still behind, or is it great? Is it okay? Is it is the audio with the video aligned, or is the audio or the video in front? Let me know in the comments. But I want to share with you that it's also important what Mario just said. I just highlighted the comment. Tesla is a buy and hold stock. I just recently saw a nice video of one of my colleagues, which is Chicken Genius Singapore. Maybe some of you guys know him. Great guy, love his videos. And here on YouTube, he has a channel where he talks about a lot about Tesla. And he said actually that it's basically the most important part to hold stocks and on long-term basis. And he said with an explanation that he owned 400 Tesla stocks and sold them at 400 because he saw this huge profit and wanted to take something out from the table, and obviously didn't took the stock or the 400 stocks to the 900 levels, unfortunately. And that's why it's great to just hold those stocks. Even me, I could hold it. Maybe I would, if you ask me if I would make this again, I think I would just keep them, because it makes no sense to buy and hold. So it's pretty yeah, I would say I just corrected the sound, so let me know, guys, if the sound is back to normal. So I think the most important part for stocks like Beyond Meat, Tesla, Virgin Galactic, these growth stocks that have a big vision that will be true in 10 years, you will have so much money in the end of the day if you just put, and it doesn't have to be a big amount. I started also very small, putting monthly money into the account, just buying more and more stock. You will see the stock amount is going up with every single month, or every time you have some extra cash to put into your portfolio. It's super fun to see this growing. So I can see that Tesla is definitely a stock of that. So I'm just worried if the sound and video is okay. Let me know, guys. But I want to dive in now into the tweets of Elon, which is basically this one, guys, that we saw on the 1st of May. But there's more to that. So actually what happened is Third Row Tesla podcast. It's one of the most successful Tesla podcasts out there. And you can see that they just brought a text that is as following. I'm dedicating myself to Tesla and SpaceX, to the Earth and Mars. This isn't about me, it's about doing the right thing. And if you are going to abandon me for speaking out or because you need today's stock price to be higher, bon voyage. Bon F full stop voyage. Elon Musk. Now this is something, apparently it's a quote or anything, right? So Elon Musk was pretty much, I think, 2-3 times on this podcast, and I think maybe it's a, let's say, quote from their podcast. I don't know, but however, he is confirming that this is actually what he meant. Okay, so this is something that is important. It's not just him. Twitter is limited to some certain amount of text. Okay, this is number one. Second, he don't want to harm Tesla. He just, it's an outspeak person, right? So I believe this is nothing that is so bad about in the end day, and as you know, he is very positive about the outcome of all of this apparently, and he confirmed it with pretty much. So this is his opinion, and he still have a very positive thinking about the long term. But let's have a look into the next topic, which is maybe one of the most important. Let's have a look. So this is actually Tesla. So Tesla made news. So this is what I need to explain. Tesla made recently news because they closed the factory in the last second. Okay, so whenever the government pushed to close the facilities, Elon Musk was, be there for one more day, build cars for one more day, and so on. And then he had to close because then, the county where Fremont is in said, if you don't close, then there will be an issue for you in the future. So they closed, and then he is waiting with the whole team to just go back on it, all right? As soon as they say, I want to, or it's allowed to open the factories, they will be back. And it apparently was maybe the 4th of May, which is actually tomorrow, but and Tesla actually started to call the workers back, hey, over the weekend. So the weekend before, they said come into the weekend. Maybe they had some upgrades in the overall plant that they have to teach, because it's a very pretty big operation, right? So they need to ramp up the overall situation. And I think that the county then said, hey, Tesla, stand by, okay? Stand by, because it's important that we make sure that the overall health situation is under control. And apparently it wasn't. So, then basically it was, let's say, a little bit of a fun moment, right? Because Tesla then had to call all their workers to expect a week or more of unemployment. And this is something crucial. This is important, guys. I think that it's important to understand that the Q2 will be overall for the all economy, for the all companies, such an important quarter, because now we just see the real effect of the health crisis. Q1 was still, it was not really as close as to the reality that we see right now. Now everything is closed, everything is empty, and factories are closed, and this is not the reality that we saw in the Q1 earnings. This is what we will see in the Q2 earnings. And think about it, the earnings, or the quarterly earnings, consist of a quarter. A quarter consists of 3 months, and the lockdown started actually end of March, so a little bit of end of March we got cut, and then the whole April, no production. Maybe the whole May, we don't know at this moment, right? The county says we are days, not weeks away from a reopen, but maybe the reopen is just for mandatory business, right? Maybe they say, big factories need to stay closed until mid or end of May. Then we have a second of 3 months with no production, and then the third month will be then June. And also think about that everything has to be ramp up again, right? So everybody has to come back to work. Maybe some people don't want to come back to work. Maybe some people, want to stay unemployed. I have no idea, but this is a very big risk for all the companies out there that Q2 will be actually dead, so let's see. And therefore, I'm still waiting with a lot of cash just to pick those opportunities. And we don't know, maybe in May we see really sell the May and we see Tesla at 300. I know you guys will roast me for that a little bit in the comments, but this can happen. This happened very often in the history of Tesla. Tesla is one of the most volatile stocks on the stock market, and which is good for us, guys. If you are thinking long term, okay, just use these opportunities that the stock goes down and you buy more, then it goes up, you enjoy, it goes down even more, you buy more, and so on and so forth. So this, let's say, roller coaster is actually a great opportunity just to get more and more stocks into your portfolio. So think about that. So let's have a look in the comments, because I have seen some interesting ones. Let us see. I have seen something like this. It was a comment by Frank B. I just highlighted the comment in the comment section. What do you think about Tesla applying for UK electricity provider license? Now, I think that's just a logical step, and I have to, explain a little bit what I mean to that. Now, if you, and I will use this power cable for some illustration purposes. So, let's say we have on the one side the production of electricity, okay? Let me see if I can fit it in the... Okay, so we plug it in somewhere here. And then we have electricity running through a cable to the end consumer, okay? This is a very old system, because if there is no electricity needed, then it's just it's not possible to store it. Now this is while we having now the power to store electricity. So if my microphone is now the battery, that on one hand it's going in the battery, and then the battery can store it for a certain time and pump it to the overall system, which is just genius, and I don't understand why. Maybe the technology was not there, and we need companies like Tesla to do that. But I think that it's very important to see that this will revolutionize how we will use electricity. Now, not on the front end for us itself as a consumer, but for those people in the back end, this will be so huge. We see this in South Australia already, that we can see that the user of the big mega pack over there are making profit with that, because in electricity spikes, the price go very high, and you can balance this a little bit off with the battery of Tesla, which was a great move to show the capabilities. I think this is like a great case study for Tesla out there for the storage itself. I also think that this will be, as Elon Musk said, maybe the bigger business for Tesla in the future. And therefore, I believe maybe when they need to pump the electricity back into the system from their batteries, maybe then we will see Tesla needing an electric provider license in the UK. Each country have its own rules. And I think that it's also important to see that... I just checking if the sound is okay, guys. So just hold on. Sorry guys, I just want to make sure you have the best quality stream, you know. So yeah, so let's have a look. Back to the electricity, we stopped at being an electric provider. So I think maybe it's just a legal thing. So maybe someone from UK can check this and let us know in the comments. Maybe the next days, because I'm vlogging and live streaming every single day. Do you know any YouTuber in the financial space who does that? I don't, you know. So make sure to subscribe and like the my obligatory saying, obviously. But let's have a look into Tesla electricity. I think the most important part to remember is that this will be a huge business, guys. And I believe that, you know, every country, every city will have such a battery, maybe by Tesla, maybe by Siemens, maybe by other big companies that will be players into this business. But it will be huge, guys. We have so many crises coming up. I just today saw a big crisis coming, or two actually. You know, sometimes I'm watching a little bit of Netflix, the documentary side of Netflix, and there's water crisis coming up. And there's also crisis, obviously the meat crisis coming up, because meat needs a lot of water, and therefore meat will be maybe much more expensive, even to the point that it's not affordable. And therefore I think, you know, companies that can tackle these big problems of water crisis or the meat problem, like Beyond Meat, you know, will be thriving, and Tesla will solve the energy problem, you know. So as bigger the problem is, as better and more money you can make as a company. So I hope this answers the question. Yeah, DRK, it's just saying the right thing. So our system, our grid is old and in a great need of change, plus it's too decentralized. That's totally true. I love, by the way, the batteries also in their own home, the smaller one, you know, the wall, what was the name? Wall pack? Tesla wall? I think so. So I think that those products will be so important, like the automotive industry products as well. So I think, you know, it's very important to really focus. I really looked into the Q4, how much they growed on this number, which was not so good actually. I think they even year over year reduced the number of the sold megawatt hours. So this is, you know, I think because it's a project business, you know, sometimes you have huge projects like South Australia, and sometimes you have smaller projects or no projects. This is hard to then compare, but I think, you know, in future will be super interesting product by Tesla if more and more cities are applying to that. So let's summarize. So the stock is having a huge resistance at 750. So below 750, the stock can go lower. We saw that Elon Musk tweets are not so, yeah, let's say negative in a meaningful way by him for Tesla. He will never, he put his last dimes into these companies and want them to thrive, to make the world a better place to live, and watch everything from Mars, because he will be the first Mars president ever lived. And we also talked about the reopening of Tesla, that will be super important for this company and for so many other as well. And therefore, you know, you will hear it first here. Make sure to watch my Tesla Sundays vlog that I just launched a couple of hours if you want to have some more Tesla input, and subscribe if you're new here, and thumb up for the mighty YouTube algorithm. And thank you very much for your time, and I hope you enjoyed, and I see you as usual tomorrow.